We've all heard about the ICE fucking shocker gloves. The fucking literally the plot to the last Spider-Man movie. They have acquired those, and
they literally have masks and shocker gloves. How much further can this metaphor of them being a villain get?
I mean, it's not a metaphor.
No, I know.
But
exactly.
I know what you mean.
But like
the comic book villain aspect of it. Yeah.
The looniness of it.
Yeah.
Where it's just like they at this point, and then Trump does the villain monologues for him. We're coming in and we're getting rid of the Mexican. Like it's okay. That's what we're talking about, folks. This insane ass electric shock story. ICE cops are getting fucking electric gloves. Mother Jones, the Orwellian company behind ICE's new electric shock gloves. In 2022, Assistant Chief Adam Gluck of the Cape Gordia Police Department in southeastern Missouri purchased electric shock gloves for his officers after learning about them at a trade show. What possible function could you need electric? I know we talk about non-lethal forces, but one, this is ICE. ICE isn't dealing with ICE is just capturing people from jobs. It's not like it's already inherently like you're going in and you're taking on, even though they want to tell you they're taking on drug dealers, they're taking on family members. So when the lethal force argument is already, it wouldn't even make no sense to you need de-escalatory forces. You shouldn't even have any weapons to deport people in the first place because it's not like you're doing a SWAT raid. It's not like you're doing a raid on a drug. You're just going and kidnapping people from schools and courthouses and
these are people who they don't have their papers in order.
Yeah, sure there's a threat of someone fighting back, but there's at no point.
They're militarized.
Yeah.
It's just absurd.
And it's just, and now they're like, we're looking for more weapons to deport working class people. And I'll continue. And his employees, he said, couldn't get enough of them. If I try to take away the gloves from those officers at this point, I think we have a mutiny on our hands. That's crazy. That's not a good sign when the chief is like, I gave my officers guns and I tried to take them away and he pulled them on me. They said, you got to take them out of my cold dead hands, motherfucker.
You got to take these from my cold dead electric hands.
Electrified hands. Gluck joked on the podcast interview a couple years later, they've really grown attached. The shot gloves, he went on to explain, allow the wearer to inflict pain without leaving the sort of marks that could look bad to witnesses or leaving officers vulnerable to lawsuits. They're the oranges in a sock. Of
literally. Yeah.
In today's society, oh my God.
This is you're quoting him.
I'm quoting this man. In today's society, you know how these liberals be. No, he didn't say that. Everybody's filming everything. Everybody has a cell phone. Gluck said, if an officer punches someone on camera, that can go viral in an instant. Even a standard taser leaves puncture wounds, but the glove is low optic and it looks better on camera and it looks better to those witnesses. With the glove, there are no burn marks or scars. He's like, it's sexy. It's sleek.
Well, I like this article because it goes into the company behind all this, because there was discourse online about this very thing that ICE, this is advantageous to ICE because they can inflict pain and force upon people without evidence, without leaving marks. They could even have their body cameras recording them, but they're just grabbing, touching people. The body camera is not showing that they've activated the shock of they've weaponized the glove. And so a lot of people might assume that this is sort of what's the word I'm looking for? That this is sort of people hypothetically thinking that this might be why ICE is using this. But this article shows, no, the guy who is behind all this is describing that, this is why this is good for us. We can inflict pain and force upon members of the public without getting caught.
Yeah. We're actually working on a technology to turn our officers into bullets. And that way you come close to them. I don't know. But this is freaky. We have a saying, feeling is believing. Compliant technology CEO. Okay, that's compliant technologies, right?
Yeah.
I almost read it as complaint technology. Compliant technology.
But compliant is just as dystopian.
Yeah. Compliant. That is a crazy name for your compliant technologies that makes technology
Weapons for the state.
to force you to comply
Yeah.
violently.
Yeah.
That's a wow. CEO Jeff Nicholas said in one 2022 YouTube video, in promotional clips, you could see people losing control of their limbs, falling to the ground, and crying out in pain after a light touch from the glove in 2022. The company called it a weapon in an Instagram post. Since then, though, it's downgraded the language to conductive distraction and de-escalation device. I'm sorry, branding the technology on its website as humane. Human rights organizations like Amnesty International have long raised concerns about electric shock devices like the glove, as well as other products that Compliant Technology sells, like electric shock belts and vests. You keep scrolling on their website, and it's like, is that a? They got a shock collar. It just gets to their freaky portions. This is our butt plug section. Shock belts and vests, which the company recommends for prisoner transport, courtroom use, and use on combative individuals during medical procedures like blood draws.
Oh my God.
Give us your blood. He ain't giving us his blood. Shock him.
Yeah.
What the
Very,
fuck?
very dystopian. And it's very like it's a parallel to the flock thing. Like it's another example of just like capitalism being capitalism. Like if you are a tech company making weapons, it's a great gig because again, who is your customer? Government agencies with unlimited money. And so of course, like they're gonna have they're gonna allow a sales pitch. These representatives from this surveillance company come in, do their little fucking slideshow about their cool new gadgets, their new toys, and these cops are like, oh yeah, we'll buy that with our unlimited budget that our politicians are fighting each other over who could possibly give us more money. And now all of a sudden this is just a new reality we're living under. None of us had any say of this. None of us had any sort of participation that democracy is supposed to be. It's just profit seeking that is the real like rulers of the society that we have to live under.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is all just the shareholder value. That is like, how do we extract money out of the society? We could do it a million ways. Let's do it with violence and technology. That's really at the end of the day all this is. The secondary effects of it are we get new inventive ways to brutalize the public, but the first order effects are rich people get money.
Yeah,
that's all it boils down to.